Hello everyone, and welcome to a new episode of my adventures in Rookgaard. In the last episode, I hunted a ton of monsters and finished the entire Rookgaard bestiary, and that set me up to do basically whatever I want on the island. So today, we will be starting the most important journey for my character, the road to all Rookgaard achievements. Ever since I was a teenager, completing all achievements on Rook was the main motivation for me to play this game, and I did have all of them completed for a brief period in 2017, but getting all of them done didn't bring me any satisfaction, and that's because I cheated. I don't really want to get into specifics, but I cheated to get some of the hardest achievements. I'm not proud of it, I regret doing it, and that's the main reason why I created this new account. To do all of the achievements myself, to be able to say that I did it 100% legit, and to actually be satisfied with completing them. Looking back, I don't think that first completion counts, at least it doesn't for me, so going forward, completing all Rookgaard achievements will be the main goal for this character. It's a goal I set myself back in middle school, and as far as I'm concerned, I never actually completed it, so I'm looking forward to working on achievements again. There's some that are quick to do, there's some that will take years to do. There is an event that only happens twice a year that you need for some of the achievements that is happening right now, and there's been an update recently that added a whole new system to the game, and with it, some new achievements that can be done in Rookgaard. We got new achievements to do for the first time in 7 years, so I'm extremely excited to jump straight into it, and I hope you'll enjoy. Alright, achievements in Rookgaard. Where do I even begin? There is now 23 achievements we can do as Rookstayers, totaling 46 points, and I currently have, drumroll please, 1 point. It's for the achievement Hunting Permit that you get for completing your first entry in the bestiary, and I had to complete Troll Guards when I was still doing the Rookgaard quest in episode 1, otherwise you can never fight them anymore. Other than that, I specifically played my character to get as little achievements as possible up until now, so I can talk about them all in this episode, and since they're all for grabs, I'm gonna start with the only one that's time sensitive. There's an event going on that I alluded to in the intro called the Colors of Magic. It's active twice a year, in March and in September. It lasts for about 9 days, and during that time, 3 wizards visit the mainland. 1 orange, 1 green, and 1 purple, and some creatures start dropping special envelopes which contain one of 3 powders, either yellow, red, or blue. Sadly, none of the creatures that drop envelopes can be found in Rookgaard, but some of them, like bats, can be found in Downport, so we can get the powders there and then transport them onto Rook. For the achievement, we need any 2 different colors, but it's highly recommended to get red and yellow powders if you're playing in Rookgaard, so that's what I got. Also, you need a second character to help out, so thank you Matilda for letting me download Tibia on your laptop. Once you get the powders to Rookgaard, getting the achievement is really easy. I'm just gonna use 1 powder on myself, then my friend, which is also me playing on Matilda's PC, because nobody that I know IRL plays this game, and good for them, will use the powder on themselves. And now the remaining rest of the powder will have to be used on the other person. I'm just gonna wait until the message disappears, and we will tag the other person, and that's the I did my part achievement, worth 2 points. So in case you were sitting there with a blank stare thinking, that's it? Well, if I take part in the event 2 more times, so in March and next September at the earliest, there's another achievement to be obtained, True Colors, for participating 3 times. Very boring, but the actual magic of Colors of Magic is what happens after the event. What we did by tagging our friend there is we voted for one of the wizards, the orange one specifically, since we combined yellow and red powders. After the event is over, the wizard with the most votes blesses your server with a bunch of bonuses for a week. Purple and green wizards give bonuses that only matter to mainland players, but if the orange wizard wins, one of the perks is the same monsters that used to drop the envelopes now also drop firework rockets, snowballs, party trumpets, and party hats, which lets us get a few more achievements. And I love achievements, so fingers crossed my Orange King wins. But we won't know for a few more days, so for now, let's move on to something else. Before I go on and fully dive into doing the achievements, there is 2 more topics that I'd like to address because they can pop up at literally any moment from now on, and just for my own peace of mind, I'd like to explain them now. The first one is the new system that I mentioned in the intro called the Weapon Proficiency, added in the summer update of 2025. How it works is for every weapon in the game you have a tree that you advance by just using that weapon. You get points, and after reaching certain milestones you unlock bonuses, and that's it. If you complete a tree for one weapon, that's called mastering that weapon, and there are achievements for mastering 1 and then 10 weapons, so that's the 2 new achievements we get on Rook. There's also an achievement for mastering 50 weapons, but we don't have 50 different weapons on Rookgaard, so sadly cannot do that one. And for the second thing, this is a stone pile, and you can open stone piles using a shovel to create a hole, and if you open 500 holes, you get an achievement called the Undertaker. Now, opening holes during hunting is pretty common, and I didn't keep track, so this can happen at literally any point. It's an entirely passive achievement, so I thought it's best to just explain it beforehand and not have to worry while I get it randomly. Okay, with all that talking and explaining out of the way, let's begin. Norma in the town bar sells party cakes. They come decorated with candles and everything, and if I blow 5 candles off of them, we get the achievement Make a Wish. The easiest achievement on Rookgaard. Next up, I'm gonna purchase a scythe, and I can get started on doing the Happy Farmer achievement, which requires me to cut 200 tiles of wheat. So this patch is 79 tiles, and this field is 86. And there are a couple other places with wheat on Rookgaard, but it doesn't add up to 200, so I'm gonna have to wait for tomorrow for the wheat to grow back anyway. I'm not just gonna stand around and wait for it, of course. I bought 30 mugs of milk and brought 30 bunches of wheat to the local windmill, and we're gonna be making cakes. So first I need to mill this wheat into some flour, and then the process of making a cake is pretty straightforward. First we take a mug of milk and pour it into the trough, which fills the entire trough, of course. And then I'm gonna take some freshly milled flour straight off the floor and use it on my trough to create some dough, which we then use on an oven to bake a cake. Repeat 30 times. I spilled some milk, gotta buy one more mug. And that's the Cakes the Truth completed. But we're not done yet. I grabbed 20 of those freshly baked cakes I just made, and we will be decorating them. And to do that, you need any fruit. I have cherries, and you'll see why in a second, and also a kitchen knife. And getting a kitchen knife in Rookgaard is a little bit of a pain in the ass. You can only find it in Kraknaknork's kitchen, and you can only access that during the last mission of the Rookgaard quest. So I got mine in episode 1, and I've been holding on to it ever since. If you use your kitchen knife on some fruit, you will decorate a cake. You'll also get a cute little star animation. And do it 20 times, and you will complete the achievement with a cherry on top. So that's why I used cherries, lore accurate fruit for this achievement. Cherries are semi-rare though, most people just use blueberries for this achievement, which actually reminds me, we should begin working on Bluebarian, which is the achievement for using 500 blueberry bushes to spawn blueberries. This is what a fresh blueberry bush looks like, and if I use it, you'll see that it turns from this texture to just an empty bush texture with some blueberries on it. That was one use. 499 to go. They grow back in 1 hour. Thankfully, blueberry bushes grow all over Rookgaard, so I'll just pick some up whenever I see them and we'll work on this passively, just like Undertaker. Or, if you prefer, there's a patch of 20 blueberry bushes on premium side, which might be useful if you're very particular about this and you need to keep track because you're, for example, making a video about Rookgaard achievements and you need to know when to record a clip. Alright, all this talk about blueberries and baking cakes is making me hungry, and as we all know, food is the food for the body, but XP is the food for the soul. So I'm gonna go hunt for a bit. Ever since this episode started, my character was left very close to hitting level 50, and I'm sure you can guess what could possibly be the reason for this. Hi, long time no talk. So it's been a year since the last clip, I had to drop the game for a while due to some IRL events that were happening, both bad and good. For example, I got married since then, so a lot has happened, and a lot has happened in the game too. For starters, Downport is gone. The island we relied on for the dusts, for the party hats, and for the fireworks, gone. The Orange Wizard won on my server actually, so I spent some time farming for the rockets. You need 253 for all the achievements, and I didn't get that many because they're pretty rare. So after the event ended, I smuggled them over to Rookgaard, and the next day, they just straight up deleted Dawnport. They added a new Nubia island called New Haven to take its place, and I still have to test it out some more, but as far as I know, you can't get either the dusts nor the party drops there. So going forward, 5 achievements are no longer obtainable on Rookgaard. Thankfully, I already did one of them, and the supplies I smuggled literally the last day, I still can't get over it, are enough to get 2 more, but for the last 2, namely Fireworks in the Sky and True Colors, it looks like I'm out of luck. Anyway, I'm back to playing the game now, so let's continue our achievement adventure, shall we? As I said before, unless there are some very kind Navian Rookstayers who have like 230 firework rockets and they're willing to sell them to me, I don't think I'll be getting the Fireworks in the Sky achievement anytime ever. But there is another achievement for just using 3 firework rockets in your backpack, so at least I can get that one. Ow. 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 And here's the rocket in pocket. And to finish off the Downport achievements, I smuggled a party hat from there. You can play it when it's on your head, and it makes a sound. And there is an achievement for playing it 200 times. And what better place to get it than at the loudest persons in Rookgaard room, Dixie, who shouts so loud you can hear it on the main square, "Get your armor and shields here, upstairs!" Ooh, I wonder how it feels when someone else is making a ruckus here, huh? Probably not so nice. You can spam the party hat, so this is a pretty quick achievement, and so I skipped over the achievement text, but here it is. You earned the achievement Party Animal. +1 point. At least that's gonna teach her. She's shouting again! She's shouting again! This isn't over! It is in fact over. But before I put this party hat away for good, I just wanted to quickly mention that if you play on Rookgaard on Nevia and you'd like to get this achievement, just message me. I'm willing to lend you the party hat so you can get it. Just please give it back. The item's not obtainable anymore, so I would like to have it back. Right now, I still can go from achievement to achievement and knock them off left and right, but that is of course not gonna last forever. At some point, we're gonna run out of the easy achievements, and then the intermediate ones are still pretty okay, but the final few are pretty insane. But that's not something I'm gonna worry about now. Right now, I'm still in the honeymoon phase, we're still doing the easy achievements, and I came here to the Bear Cave on the way to the Dragon Corpse quest, because it's a very cool location with a little bit of wheat, so we can finish off our Happy Farmer achievement. This should be the last one. There we go. You earned the achievement Happy Farmer, another +1 point. I can drop my scythe now. I'm not gonna need it for anything, so I'm gonna drop it to save 30 cap, and I'm gonna leave it here, maybe someone will need it for the quest. Okay, I just realized something, and it's going to be both very mildly interesting and also very much a who cares type of thing, but I still wanted to mention it. So, in episode 1, I showcased that I have level 4 magic level on my Rookstayer, and on Rookgaard, you can't train magic at all. Everyone starts with level 2 magic, and that's what it should stay at. But if you really wanted to, you could train magic on Downport up to level 4, which was the cap, and I did. Not many people bother with it, because, as I said, you don't use magic on Rookgaard at all, so by getting level 4, I got to rank 1 for magic level for Rookstayers on Nevia. And now with the removal of Downport, my rank 1 magic is permanent. So that's pretty cool. Unless I die, of course. That would be horrible. Let's keep this dopamine train going. I'm enjoying all this fast progress we're getting lately, and if you remember, I have been edging a level up for the past year, so I think it's high time we go and get it. I showcased a bunch of easy achievements in this video, and I'll talk about some harder ones in future episodes, but there is one achievement that I wanted to talk about right now that's so stupid that after thinking about it for some time, I decided I just will not do it. So, to explain it real quick, the achievement is called Natural Born Cowboy, and you get it after you get your first mount. Now, in mainland, you can loot special rare items that let you tame some animals to be your mounts. You get the item, you go and find a bear or a panther or whatever, you use it, and you get a mount, plus this achievement as a bonus. In Rookgaard though, there is no way to get any item that lets you tame a mount, so the only option to get this achievement is to buy a mount through the in-game store for real money. And I don't like that. First of all, mounts aren't only cosmetic, they do provide a small but actually meaningful movement speed bonus, which lets you reach the movement speed breakpoint for all terrain 10 levels earlier. For example, for grass or for muddy floor, which are both very common on Rookgaard, you start moving faster on them at level 110. But if you had a mount, you could reach the same faster speed 10 levels earlier, so at level 100, and that's a lot of hours grinding between levels 100 and 110, where you're moving faster than your competition just because you spent real-life money, and that doesn't sit right with me. On top of that, all the store mounts are ugly in my opinion, and they have weird-looking running animations, so I just won't bother with buying a mount. I don't think spending real-life money is an achievement anyway. I originally got level 50 on Rookgaard 11 years ago, back in 2015. God, 11 years ago. And I made a video recording that level up because I was really proud of it, and it's got everything, dude, the full package. Grainy, low-quality footage, loud, obnoxious music. I have a mount. At least the warhorse looked kinda okay, but I wasn't the biggest fan of the animations. And when I got the level up, I dropped the sickest message. They say it's lonely at the top, hail all true Rookstayers. Man, that goes so hard. Dropping quotes like that on a milestone level ups was the shit back then. Anyway, I thought it would be cool to try and recreate that level up for good old time's sake, and you better believe I have that message ready. Here's level 50, and with it, the Seasoned Adventure achievement completed. Okay, I think with that callback to my teenage years, I'm gonna wrap up the video for today. It was really nice to get started with the achievement hunt finally. And as I said before, in future episodes I'm hoping to tackle some more time-consuming achievements, and some of those require a lot of hunting to be done, so we will be advancing in levels too, hopefully. Level 50 is a really good milestone, but I got level 80 on my old Rookstayer before quitting, so I'm already looking ahead into the future. If I'm able to pass my own previous best one day, that would be really cool. And from there, a straight shot to level 100, maybe? That was always the childhood dream for me. Anyway, childhood dreams aside, I'd like to sincerely thank you for watching. I hope you enjoyed. I hope you'll have a wonderful day, and I hope to see you in the next one. Goodbye.